What is your American dream?
My American dream is that everybody be optimistic. I think things are going to work out well. If we could all just make the world better by 0.00001, I think you're doing a good job.
My American dream is to enjoy this inclusiveness and freedom of America and have fun while it lasts.
My American dreams come true when I visited for a short study trip. I'm really impressed by the values and culture of the United States.
My American dream is for America to get its act together so that the spot where we're standing is not underwater in 10, 15 years.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. All right, everybody, welcome September 23rd. The second time is the charm. First time, I think we're a little too locked and loaded. Julie hates that term. She said if I ever say that again, she didn't say what she would do to me.
She's probably back there screaming.
But she's probably screaming. She goes, I hate that term.
That's true. I'm surprised we don't already have a Jilly Bean in our ears. Is she just in your ear right now?
Yes, like giving me like that. And I said, why do you hate that term? And she goes, because you sound like Donald Trump.
Yeah, you don't want to sound like him.
I know, I don't sound like that. I'm mocking him actually when I say you're locked and loaded. I love saying it.
The thing
it makes me laugh now because it's such a ridiculous thing.
He's a parody of himself, so I feel like at this time it's tough to parody him. You know what I mean? Because it's like he's such a caricature.
It just makes me laugh saying it because it's so ridiculous. We're locked and loaded.
Fair.
All right, Cece Mitchell is watching. Cindy Bursick watching. Jessica Leamy. We had some sound issues.
We did.
Somebody was astute enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
How to fix it.
Yes.
Somebody in that control room.
Yeah.
I don't know who, but we have some astute employees.
And was that somebody Brad Bernstein?
What?
Today, that's somebody was Brad Bernstein.
I discovered that we were cackling, but there was 2 or 3 really astute employees. I watched. I ran in there. I said, "We're cackling. We're cackling."
On it.
And I want you to know, I freaked out.
Slightly.
Freaked out.
Yeah.
I go, we can't start a show. Nobody can hear anything.
Yeah.
And Julian and Coolio.
Yeah.
They were cool, man.
They were.
They didn't say a word. They just look at me like this.
As you're yelling.
As I'm yelling at them. But then Coolio takes out a wire like this. And he goes, is this what you're looking for? And I go, yes! And he plugged it in and then it all worked.
It all worked.
I mean, it's crazy.
See?
Would you believe that? And I goes, is this what you're looking for?
That's it.
All because of the one wire.
All one wire. Jessica Levy, how are you? Cordella Douglas, Squad Up, Cece Mitchell, Tamika Nelson, how are you? Lynn Brown, Abigail Taylor Watson, watching. Mia Montauk, Myrtle Ray, Yo-Yo, big fan of yours.
Really?
I don't know for a fact, but she watches a lot.
Oh.
JJ Clark, how are you? Marcia McCall, I do know who is a big fan of yours.
Who?
Who always says they want to come over to apartment 9J?
Jessica Leamy is one of them.
Jessica Leamy loves apartment 9J.
I feel like Jessica Leamy is on the
she's on the
Jonathan
Storm
Yo-Yo
apartment.
Elliott thirst bucket train.
Storm apartment 9J. I'm going to tell you something. That Facebook page is gaining momentum. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh no! Wait, it's an actual group.
That's an actual group.
Yeah,
it's gaining momentum.
No.
And the doormen in your building are taking notice.
We've set the privacy setting so that even if people tag you in it, you can't see it.
I can't see it.
Oh.
Zane Supermom Gooden, how are you? And Terry DeReal Slamage.
You're always better than I am.
Terry DeReal Slamage. We
Why,
are
what
back
would you
together again, and it's beautiful.
It's definitely slim ass. It's definitely slim ass.
Is it?
That's how I say it.
You say it's slim ass?
I say it's slim ass.
Probably
it's
true, but it looks
it's like
Slamage
Terry
to me.
DeReal slim ass.
To me, it's a slamaz.
Like a slamaz
Like a
class.
slamaz
Like I went
class.
to
A slamaz.
Yes.
A pregnant woman goes to slamaz.
Or maybe it's like some kind of dance class. Slamaz.
I feel like it's like a rich white lady version of Lamaze where you want to keep skinny while you're pregnant.
Staying
Like
slim
it's
in
not
my
just
Lamaze.
Lamaze, it's Slimaz.
It's kind of funny. Oscar Cruces is watching. How are you, Oscar? I haven't seen Oscar in a while. And Anna K. Moxham. And who else we have here who's popping in? Claudia Lawrence Fletcher saying squat up. Is she new, Claudia?
Claudia Lawrence Fletcher.
That
I
sounds
feel
like an actress.
It may be. Did I see her on the Emmys last night?
Right.
Was she
Did
like
she
one?
win?
No, she did not. Claudia did not win. She's like me in Synopsis Awards
Oh,
and,
Lord.
and the Webbies. But what am I? What am I anyway?
That was a deep cut,
Right.
I'm always, I'm always there in the award ceremony, but never called up to receive an award.
Always a bridesmaid.
That's right.
Always a
Never
That's right. Me
bridesmaid.
and Claudia know what it's like. Who else is watching here? I said Marcia Marcola. Shireen Cornwell saying hello, squad. And Joan Grant. Haven't seen Joan in a while. Marge Higgs also popping in. On YouTube, Tracy Lacey, always watching. Marlene Rossi, always watching. Ben Londa. With a question we'll get to you in a little
That's
bit.
an L?
Yes.
Oh man, I've been saying Ben Ayanda forever.
I'm sure it is. Just like it's Terry Slimass, but
Yeah,
to me,
exactly.
it's Ben Lanza. Chrissy Gibby, how are you? Ja Love, only watching on YouTube.
Really?
It's very hard to double fist.
But
Unless you have two different devices to go back and forth, I would find it very difficult.
or if you were rocking that Galaxy S10 situation, you know they do the split camera view, so you can have two apps open at once on
Really?
your.
Really?
Like you could literally be double fisting
How do you
with just the
know?
one screen.
Is that what you use, the Galaxy?
It's what I used to use.
Why don't you use that anymore?
Because she is an Apple baby now.
No, she's not.
Oh,
She's
by
a
the way, I
OnePlus
got.
baby.
still-
Get away
By the
from
way,
me.
yo,
Ew.
I don't want to make you jealous or anything, but I did pick up my Apple iPro 11 with the 3 cameras, and let me give you a full review. My email does not work on it, so I am now walking around with 2 phones, the old one and
Why
the new one.
doesn't your email work on
Because
it?
I went to the Apple store today and they said, oh, the iOS 13, it has some bugs with the emails. We'll get it fixed soon. So then Jilly says to me, I would return it. I go, not after waiting online for 4 hours. I ain't returning
Right.
this thing. I was literally
You-
online 4 hours on Fifth
Online?
Avenue. Yeah. Because
Or in the line? Like
in the
outside?
line, even though I had an appointment to go pick up my phone at 1. I don't want to say it's 4 hours. That was a bit of an exaggeration.
Oh,
but
okay.
I got there about 12:45 on Fifth Avenue, the main one, of course. I
Right,
picked,
the big one.
The big
The
one.
fancy big one, yeah.
Because that's the type of guy I am.
Right.
But I didn't get out of the Apple store till almost 3:15 or so.
Wow.
So it was about
Oh,
2.5
that's
hours.
insane.
With I already bought the thing. I waited online for 2.5 hours, and then I get home to find out the email doesn't
Wow.
work. I then go back and wait online again to go speak to the genius
Oh,
there.
I would have just walked through, pumped right through to the front of the line.
I did walk right to the front, but then you still
Oh.
got to wait for the genius, so you sit there.
Oh.
Okay, you can't just like grab a genius from under the table or something, and then after going through everything, there'll be a patch soon. You get your email working soon.
Oh,
trifling.
no.
Yeah,
Do
it
you
was
like the
very
phone, though?
trifling.
Do you like the phone?
Oh, it's a beautiful phone.
Have you tried like what's
it
what's
doesn't
new?
work.
It's just a camera. It's a new
It's
camera.
the camera.
It's a camera. So if you're like into like your photos,
I am.
I didn't know that. Or you're into like taking really high resolution videos like a GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't need a GoPro anymore. Like this is like,
Wow.
you know, some good video stuff.
I
Good
just
to be.
you spent all this time waiting on this phone and it doesn't even work
Doesn't work.
properly. Brad,
It
this
does
is
not
why I'm
work.
Team Android all day
I
long.
won't be seeing that phone for a
Belgium
while.
Kim,
Yeah.
I got it. I
You
got the phone.
and it is
all
the
right?
coolest.
Yeah, it is the coolest.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I
But
walk
the
around.
coolest.
I walk around with the new one,
Yeah.
like this. And,
Yeah.
because I don't want to like put it in my pocket and scratch it.
Right, but
And
use
then-
don't have a
the
case?
old
But I
one.
use the old one. Then I bring out the one that's all cracked.
You don't
and
have the
broken.
case on it?
What?
You don't have the case?
I ordered it. It hasn't come yet. So I walk around with like this one. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, cool. And then I go into my pocket and like use all the one cracked one with like all the cracked screen on it and everything.
I want to
That
know,
seems
Brad
perfect.
Squad. Who are you guys? An iPhone team,
Yeah.
iPhone or team
Team Android.
I was Team iPhone up until today. I don't know if I'm going to be
You're
Team
still
iPhone.
okay. Well, I say that you should not be Team iPhone, and you give me your new iPhone.
That's a good. That's an interesting idea. That's
Well, let me finish. Asset Lindo on Facebook was not overlooked. Teresa Asareth saying squad up. D Bean, how are you? Back it up, Ricky popping in. Cleve Rich Kid C. He's changed his name.
Yeah.
We now know his first name. He has shown himself a little more.
Ooh.
Do we know that Cleve is his first name?
We do not know that Cleve is his first name, but I would believe that it is. Okay? Because nobody would be silly enough to just come out and say my YouTube name would be Cleve. It's not something that you would come, not after such a great Rich Kid C.
That's
Right?
true. And if you're Rich Kid C, the
Cleve.
C doesn't
That's
imply
right.
it starts with C.
Tally, how are you? D Bean, right from the coffee shop. And who else we have here? Bally B with a question. We'll get back to you in a little bit on that one. Change name. Eagle RX, Vanika Grant, Island Girl, Under, and Nico Suave, one of my favorite names. I love Nico Suave.
That's right, me too.
I'm gonna tell you, I feel like he's like some I have no idea who Nico Suave is.
But he's
But don't you sometimes imagine who people would be? Like to me, like I picture Nico Suave, like he's Argentinian.
yeah. Okay, he's straight Argentinian.
He's Argentinian.
Not just a Latin lover type, like Argentinian.
I have no idea. I mean, the guy
I like it.
Right, the guy could be from Dominican Republic for all I know. But he is
Argentinian,
to me,
right.
He's Argentinian.
Yeah.
He could really do a great flamenco.
Oh.
see, now
Or the tango with a rose in his mouth.
Does he have a little curl?
Right, you know, like,
That's
and he's like really
interesting.
Rico Suave, right?
You know, Nico Suave to me was a Spanish matador.
Really?
Yeah, like that's what yeah. And he also had the rose, but while he was matadoring.
And
not for matadors, though.
And
That's
how do you
another thing.
imagine Nico Suave to be?
Ricky Martin.
By the way,
with a tight waist and a high bun.
Oh yeah, living La Vida Loca.
Living La Vida Loca.
Oh man.
by the way, this could be a whole new segment because nobody is giving us their pictures anymore.
Right.
So it's like, all right, let's imagine who they may be.
We're gonna take you into the Brad Squad spotlight whether you want it or not now.
It's in our own imagination. Belgium Kim, Jonathan, Yo-Yo Elias, why don't you please tell everybody to share while I get ready to schmooze.
Okay, on YouTube, on Facebook, that's what we start with. On Facebook, the first thing we need everybody to do, whether or not you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, is join the squad. It's an official squad. We're basically like a group of superheroes or secret agents or people who love this show. It's the Brad Show Live Brad Squad on Facebook. The first 5 questions that get asked in that group every single day are the only 5 questions we will guarantee to answer every day during our social media check-in. Also, make sure that you've liked our page and hit that little like thumbs up like page situation with a little bell right beside it, because that's going to notify you every time we go live. It'll do a little pop-up on your phone so you know you never have to miss us no matter when we go live. Because you know, like today, we went down, had some technical difficulties, came back up. Those who had the bell, I knew because they were right back to the stream. They didn't miss a thing. Also, make sure that you are telling us all of your thoughts and feelings in the comments. And you guys, this is so important. If you have social media questions that you want answered during social media check-in, right now is the time. In the comments, we ask them first come, first serve, and I promise you, we do not get to all of them every day. There are just too many of you who need help, so we want to help everyone that we can. So please give us all of your social media questions right now and do not wait. Also, make sure that you have shared the show. It's the most wonderful, amazing thing that you can do for us. Hit share. Share it as start a watch party. That'll send a notification out to all of your people. Or share it as a private message. People love getting some private love on. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that little bubble to pop up in their phone to say, hey, watch this show. They're about to answer immigration questions. And the news are coming up. So you never know what you missed this weekend. And on YouTube, Yo-Yo, what do they do?
All right, on YouTube, first thing you're gonna do is subscribe. That is the best way and the only way really to find out when we go live. So subscribe and click that little bell that notifies you anytime we come on. All right, so now listen, whether you're team iPhone or team Android, I need you guys to do what you gotta do, and what you do best is sharing. Share. You guys already know how to do it. It's so easy. All you have to do is copy the link or even press that little share button, and you can share it straight to any of your social media platforms, but most importantly for YouTube at least. I want you guys to create a whole group, all right, on any app. What's up?
By the way, everyone has to put a thumbs up on our YouTube right now. There's one person out there. We've given a tremendous show so far.
We have.
One person said thumbs down. I can't believe it.
a hater.
How insulting. What a hater.
A hater.
Yeah.
So then, right now, everybody on YouTube, press the thumbs up. Even if you're on Facebook, you know, we talk about this double fisting thing. If you're on Facebook, we're gonna put a link in the Facebook comments right now. How about you guys help in as well and put a thumbs up so we can just, you know what I mean, show love. Show Brad some love. He likes that, all right? So let's get the most thumbs up we've ever had in life.
Absolutely.
I don't know what it's been. Like,
The most thumbs up ever?
Yeah.
The most likes, 60-something.
60-something?
Yeah.
And
Within the show.
Within the show, yeah.
And for you guys who are commenting, thumbs up emojis, we appreciate you and thank you. But also make sure that you've clicked that thumbs up below the video. It's liking the video officially on YouTube so that it can get counted. Right now, that already jumped to 33, just making that announcement.
Look at that.
So
35.
bless y'all.
It's going up.
36.
Let's keep it going.
Coming. Keep
Thumbs
it
up.
coming.
Keep it going.
You're
Keep
like,
it going.
you're like
Come
Jerry Lewis on the Labor Day telethon. We're almost reaching our goals. Help the kids. Help these kids.
For the children.
Yes.
It's for the children. I don't know
All
which
right, and
children.
also on YouTube, put in your social media questions now. So let me tell you something. Kim and I don't do this whole moment and this whole part just to talk, all right? This is giving you time to share, put all your questions in, give us the thumbs up, start your watch party. Make sure you do this now and keep on doing it throughout the show. Don't just stop, all right? We can't just keep on doing this throughout the show because we need Brad to answer y'all questions. So do your job, all right? We're doing ours. We're telling you what to do. Do it right now. Don't just watch our mouths move, all right? Now, like I said, put all your comments in the section right now. Put all your questions in right now for you to get a guaranteed spot. But the only way you get a guaranteed, the first 5, like we said earlier, you got to join the page, all right? So now, this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is when we snooze with Brad.
All right, so the big news today. Who's getting snacks, Belgium Kim? People want to get snacks?
The number of people that have said, we've talked about it before, where we were like, don't go to the bathroom. This is not the time to go to the bathroom.
At all.
And when you said that, people were like, how'd you know, Brad?
Well, you know, but it's very funny. It's like the Super Bowl, you know, like the most times that somebody flushes a toilet ever at the same time in America.
Yeah.
The time when the water pressure is the least in all of America is during the national anthem of the Super Bowl. So this is
universal toilet flush.
So this
we're
is
the
like
national
you're
anthem?
like the national anthem before the schmooze starts.
Do y'all really treat us like the national anthem?
We're the national. Celine Dion and Jennifer Hudson have sang the
Yes,
national
yeah.
anthem. We're that good.
Houston.
Whitney.
That's right. So that's pretty good. Michael Jackson never did. He did halftime show.
Nah.
He did a
Whitney
halftime show.
Houston.
Yeah.
has
Whitney
the
Houston.
iconic.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're the Whitney Houstons
We're the
of
Whitney Houston,
anthems
Celine
then.
Dion. Oh man.
Anyways, let's get to some schmoozing here. Everybody's talking about Donald Trump with trying to speak with the Ukrainian president and ask the Ukrainian president on 8 different occasions about investigating Joe Biden. Joe Biden's son, Donald Trump, claims did something illegal in Ukraine. We still don't know what it is.
No clue.
There has been nothing that has come out that says what he has done actually illegal. But Donald Trump has asked the Ukrainian president to investigate Joe Biden's son 8 different times in at least one conversation. He came out today, Donald Trump, and said not only is Hunter Biden a thief, Joe Biden is too.
Yeah.
And he started screaming about, why don't you ask Joe Biden about his $1.2 billion that he stole? We have no idea where this came from also. There has been absolutely no evidence whatsoever, zero evidence that Joe Biden stole anything from Ukraine or Hunter Biden did anything wrong at this moment. We do know that there is evidence that Donald Trump broke the law by asking the Ukrainian president to investigate Biden, and if he didn't, withhold money that's already been authorized to Ukraine in the amount of $250 million.
Right.
To me, this is so... I believe Donald Trump orchestrated this whole entire thing.
Absolutely.
This whole whistleblower thing, okay? This is what he does, okay? He just comes out with the most outrageous things. And I don't want to compare him to Adolf Hitler, and by no means is he going and exterminating people or this is a Holocaust, but certainly it is the playbook of Adolf Hitler in the sense that the bigger the lie, the more the people will believe it. If you are going to lie, and you want people to believe your lie, you better lie like outrageously. Outrageous lies. And I don't understand the Democrats, honestly, because they had to have been expecting this.
Right.
You haven't heard one peep out of Joe Biden, other than he said, well, I think Congress should go investigate this. You haven't heard anything out of Nancy Pelosi other than she wrote a letter to the president saying, well, if you don't give us the information on the whistleblower, we may have to investigate you. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is out every day screaming that Joe Biden stole $1.2 billion. Right. Hunter Biden is a thief. And what did I do? I just asked the Ukrainian president to go look into this.
Right.
I'm the good guy here. How he has turned this all around, and it's the same exact thing with Hillary Clinton in 2016.
Exactly.
Where she's crooked Hillary, lock her up, she's a thief. And what did Hillary do? She put some emails on her server that nobody's ever even read?
Right.
What did Hillary do that she was such a thief that she should be locked up other than she put emails on her server, which probably she shouldn't have done?
Right.
But in the scheme of life,
not the worst.
not the worst thing in the
all.
world. By the way, Ivanka did it.
Right.
Jared Kushner's done it.
Donald Trump has
Donald
done
Trump
it.
has done it as well. Trump uses his own cell phone to make
Right.
telephone calls. So everybody has done this. So, I mean, I really believe that Donald Trump, when he sees his poll numbers down below 40, maybe the economy's going down a little bit. Okay, his theory on politics is I may be bad, but I'm going to make everybody worse than me.
Right.
Rather than pulling people up, I'm going to make everybody else, I'm going to lie my ass off, I'm going to bullshit my ass off, and I'm going to make everybody else look worse than I am because I am really bad. So the only thing I can do is make everybody else worse.
Right.
And it's a horrible thing what's going on in America today. It's a terrible thing, actually. It's just our society is just, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
It's a disaster.
You're absolutely
Now, we still don't know who the identity of the whistleblower is, but it really doesn't matter who the identity is anymore because Donald Trump is already labeling people thieves. Okay? What do I know from today? The only thing I know from today from watching all of the news, whether it's on CNN, MSNBC, reading the newspapers, Fox News, the only thing I remember all day long is Joe Biden stole $1.2 billion, and there's no evidence that he ever did it. It's just an outrageous statement by Donald Trump, and that's what the news is reporting.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Donald Trump asked the Ukrainian, and then he goes, what did I do? I just asked the guy to go investigate. I didn't do anything so terrible.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
What's going on.
It is.
Meanwhile, after Donald Trump said he was locked and loaded and ready to go to war with Iran, after Iran took a drone and bombed a Saudi oil field,
Right.
what happened? Nothing. Which has kind of emboldened the Iranians to think that Donald Trump, which most people believe, is all bluster but no follow through.
Right.
You can't tell anybody, especially people like the Iranians or other people in the Middle East who do respect what people say, but also that they back up their words. You can't just have hollow words because now you are no longer respected.
Right.
Okay? So that's what the problem is. You can't say, I'm going to go to war and then not do it. I don't think you should go to war, period.
Yeah.
Okay? But you can't say in the Middle East or with Kim Jong-un, you know, Little Rocket Man or all these other people, you can't say, I'm going to go to war with you
Right.
and then not do it. If you say you're going to go to war, you better do it because now you're not respected.
Right.
Okay, that's my 2 cents on foreign policy.
Right.
Okay, so now what did the United States do? Because they, the U.S. recognizes this. They put a couple thousand troops into Saudi Arabia. Not going to do much. Okay,
No.
and I think it's going to embolden Iran because Iran's got nothing to lose at this point. All right, they're going broke. Okay, they don't have money.
Yeah.
And they can't get their oil sold on the open market. There's sanctions against them.
Yeah.
They're almost like a caged tiger.
Yeah.
So what does a caged tiger do when they're caged and
Lash
they're
out.
hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, they will lash out at you because they got nothing
Absolutely.
to lose. And it all goes back to from when Donald Trump ripped up the Iranian nuclear deal.
Right.
Not to say it was a great deal, but at least kept the peace for 10 years. And
Yeah.
we'll worry about it in 2030.
Right.
But now we're worrying about it in 2019.
2019, right.
What else is happening? Greta Thunberg. She is the 15-year-old she's the 15-year-old who sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in a carbon-free footprint of a boat.
Yeah.
She's the Swedish climate activist, and she and 15 other children filed a complaint with the United Nations Monday alleging that 5 of the world's leading economies have violated children's human rights by not taking adequate action to stop the unfolding climate crisis. The petition names 5 countries: Germany, France, Brazil, Argentina, and Turkey. And they say that they have, the petition says they have failed to uphold their obligations under the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which is a 30-year-old human rights treaty, which is the most widely ratified treaty in the history of the United Nations. Now, it begs the question, she picked Germany, France, Brazil, Argentina, and Turkey.
Right.
Where's the United States?
Right.
Where's Russia? Where's China? Those are the 3 biggest polluters in the world.
Right.
Why were they not named in the petition? Because even though this is the most widely signed and ratified petition in the history of the United Nations, 3 of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council never signed it.
Right.
So the United States has not signed on, Russia has not signed on, China has not signed on. As a result, they can't bring a petition against the 3 biggest polluters
Can't be enforced.
in the world.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Yo-Yo, you're going to enjoy this. You watched the Emmys, right?
I did.
Oh,
Yes, so Game of Thrones, which I've never watched.
which is crazy.
That's
crazy.
insane.
So good.
Yeah, it was expected to conquer the 71st Emmy Awards, but the big winner of the night turned out to be a Fleabag for on Amazon.
Yes.
And it's a comedy. You watch the show?
Oh, I love
Right,
Fleabag.
it's an English comedy, right?
Yeah, it's an English
Right.
comedy. The writer, director, creator, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is English, and it is a true
never heard
iconic
of it.
piece of writing and directing.
she was also honored not only as the director and creator, but as the lead actress as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Billy Porter also made history
Pose.
Sunday. On Pose, he became the first openly gay actor to win an Emmy Award.
Yeah.
What?
And in one of the most stirring moments, 21-year-old actor Jarrell Jerome dedicated his Emmy for the Netflix miniseries When They See Us
Well deserved.
to the men falsely accused of rape in the Central Park jogger case. Jerome said his award for Best Actor in a limited series was for the men known as the Exonerated Five. Michelle Williams also took the stage with a plea for Hollywood. Williams, who won for her lead role as dancer Gwen Verdon on the FX miniseries Fosse,
Yes.
appealed for pay equity and greater visibility for women. I didn't actually I watched part of it, and I found it annoying, the whole Emmy Awards. There was no host.
And
There
I
was no
don't.
host this
There was
season?
no
I
host.
didn't even watch it.
I found it very annoying that there was no host.
What was that about?
Yeah, it's just the show just kept going and going, and there was no
Yeah.
host. And it just, I felt like you need a host
Yeah.
to pull it all together, right?
Here's the thing is that I don't like a too involved host. Like Anne Hathaway, James Franco at the Oscars a few years ago where they were doing a bunch of musical numbers.
It's
Too much.
No,
Too
no,
much.
you just
But I do like someone to kind of like a James Corden to just kind of
Yeah.
No, you need a host.
journey me through.
You need a host
Yeah.
to come start the show and schmooze.
Right.
Okay, and then,
Answer immigration
and then pass it off to some co-hosts to give some awards, right? Then come back and ask a question in the
Right.
middle. Okay, then pass it back to the co-host
I
for more
agree.
awards.
This
I
is
feel-
his pitch, by the way, to
Right, I was just about to
Yeah, by the
say.
way,
Next year's
yes, but
Emmys.
exactly. I kind of felt I kind of felt as I'm watching it, I'm a bit of a host myself, and they kind of wrote me out of the Emmy Awards if I ever wanted to be the host.
You felt a little gypped.
I felt a little
You
gypped.
should have. We'll make sure to write them.
And Fiona Apple,
Yeah.
she is donating this is a really nice story. She's donating 2 years worth of song royalties to help pay migrants' legal fees.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah. Now, Fiona Apple has pledged to donate 2 years worth of a royalty she earns from her song "Criminal."
Right.
That's in the J-Lo movie, right?
Yeah, in the Hustlers.
Hustler, right?
Yeah.
To an organization helping detained migrants in the United States cover their legal fees. Fiona Apple's it was released in 1997. Was most recently used in Hustler. She wrote, "After months and months of reading the news about how my country is treating refugees, I've become gutted and with frustration, trying to figure out the best way to help. After much searching, I found the organization whiletheywait.org. It seems to me that the best way I can help detainees is to contribute to payment for their legal fees." So I think that's really, really.
I love that.
I think that's really,
That's
really
amazing.
nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I have some other news here, Bill and
Okay.
Kim. The CDC has put out a new warning. It is asking Americans to stop kissing chickens.
Ugh.
Yes, please, if you have a live chicken or you come across a live chicken, please try not to kiss the chicken. It is now a warning from the Centers for Disease Control. This year alone, there has been reported 1,003 cases of salmonella across the United States, including 2 deaths.
Wow.
From mixing human saliva and chicken saliva.
Oh my God.
The agency's suggestion includes always washing your hands with soap and water after touching backyard poultry, not letting chickens inside the house. Don't sleep with the chickens, it says. Don't let the chickens in your bed. Don't let the chickens in your couch. Don't let the chickens under your couch, because they may leave a present for you that you're not aware of.
It's turned into a
All right, this
Dr.
is
Seuss.
Right? The most unusual line of the CDC advisory, though, warns owners not to kiss any backyard chickens. Don't kiss them. Don't snuggle with them.
I couldn't even.
No more. Listen, guy. You see this guy right here? This guy loves to snuggle with chickens.
He looks like he loves
I'm
to
going to tell you something. He is salmonella walking. I would be running from that guy.
I don't get it. Like my brothers, 2 of my brothers have backyard chickens.
All right, tell him
No part of
tell him to
me-
stop snuggling with the chickens.
They don't, because chickens aren't snuggleable.
Yes.
Like you don't. That's disgusting.
But somebody does.
No.
I'm going to tell you something more disgusting
Okay.
than a snuggling chicken. Okay, this man in Scotland, his name was Stuart Cook. He was charged with repeatedly farting during a strip search into a police officer's face. I can't even make this up. Scottish man Stuart Cook had been ordered to perform 75 hours of community service after intentionally passing gas as police officers were conducting a strip search of him. The police responded to a vehicle collision in Aberdeen, Scotland, observed a strong marijuana odor emanating from Mr. Cook, who was 28 years old. Officers searched him in his vehicle, finding a small amount of cannabis.
Okay.
He was brought to the police station, where he started screaming and acting aggressively. The police booked him and started to strip search him. But during the procedure, as his clothes were coming off and the officers were putting their hands all over this man's body, Cook intentionally flatulated in the officer's direction more than one time.
What?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you how do you like that one, huh? You want to strip search me? It's like,
Oh my God.
Prosecutor Lucy Simpson said in the courtroom, Cook deliberately farted in the direction of the officer 3 times, stating, "How do you like that?" He actually even said it. His defense attorney, Laura Grassi, downplayed the incident, telling the court Cook had been smoking a cannabis joint at the time and felt police overreacted in the way they dealt with him. He became increasingly upset with them and acted in the manner libeled. He also just recently came from a White Castle and couldn't hold it in. That's not true.
Okay, then it's fair. Then he's excused.
Right.
Now, this is not the first time that police have charged somebody with farting in their general direction.
Okay.
Okay, this is like a Monty Python. I fart in your general direction.
But what if
You ever
he,
see that in Monty Python?
No,
movie?
no.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what if he had not said, "Hey, there you go," or how about if he just pretended that it was an accident?
Well,
but
wait,
knowing-
hold
I think it was
on.
done. Well, it was because you said there. How do you like it?
How do you like it? But I'm
Because that
saying
was
if he
shown it was
didn't-
intentional because it was
right,
done
but how
intentionally.
about if he
if he did and said, "Ooh, sorry,
right, but and just kept on doing
sorry,
it. Oh, my bad.
my bad, oh, sorry."
Yeah, I mean, that would be easy. Like, I went to Chipotle for lunch, and it does
See?
not seem like you did that on purpose.
So would
Yeah,
they have a case?
in West Virginia, there was a guy by the name of Jose Cruz, and he was charged with intentional battery after deliberately passing gas and made a waving motion. He
I
made
can't.
he made this guy here, and then he's like, ooh. He went like that towards the
Battery?
police in an attempt to distribute the smell toward the police officer.
Battery is so extra. That is how toxic do your farts have to be for it to be
Oh my
battery?
God, I can't even get to tell you. All right, with that, we have a whole bunch of callers. We got to get to your immigration questions. Before we do that, can you please tell everybody to share one last time, Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, everybody on Facebook, cuddle your chickens and share. No, don't cuddle your chickens. Don't cuddle. Share now. Share. Because right now is going to be the time that you guys have really been waiting for, because this is where we actually help everybody. This is where you guys call in and you ask as many questions basically as you want and get the answers to better your life. All right, so we need you guys to share in order for this to happen. We need you to share so people can know the show is going on, so they can call. You see the number right there. You call it. All right, so share. All you have to do is press that little arrow that says share. Share to anybody's page, groups, inbox, and also start a watch party. That's a great way to send a ding notification to your entire friends list, and you can talk to them there. And also, when you do that, send them to the main page as well. You know, make sure that they join the Brad Squad. This is almost like you guys going out and recruiting. Yeah,
That's
I
right.
like that.
You are our Bradshaw Live recruiters.
I like that. So recruit good Brad Squad members and bring them to the main page and make sure that they communicate and just talk to all of us as well. We will welcome them with open arms. All right. Now, also, please like, love, smiley face, sad face, wild face, whatever you feel like from what we're talking about. Make sure you guys show that there, and also put all your questions in the comment section right now, because after this segment is when we ask all your questions. I see that you guys have been going crazy, so you already know that we might not make it to all of them. So make sure you put it in now, just so you have a better chance. You know, before you had a great chance, now you'll have a better chance. So make sure you put it in right now. And what are we gonna do on YouTube, Timmy?
And that's why you put your questions in extra early. And the way that you know to do that is to subscribe and hit that bell, because that's going to let you know exactly when we go live. And you always know that if you're the first person to ask your questions in our live stream, you're going to get that question answered. So make sure that you are telling us all your thoughts and feelings in that comment section. YouTube has been particularly live today, so I appreciate you very much, family. Keep those thumbs ups coming, because we like it. We're up to 57. I feel like we're going to break a record. I would like to get to 100 likes today.
Whoa.
Because we have 2 thumbs downs. I would have been fine with 50 if we just had 1, but then another hater piled on top. So I would like a full 100 now. So hit that thumbs up right now. And also, please, fam, share the show. Become a Bradshaw Live ambassador. Become a Bradshaw Live, yeah, right?
Yeah.
A Brad ambassador.
Brad
Become a Brad ambassador today. That's so weird. By hitting that share button, hitting copy link, and just sending it out to all your friends. Be the diplomat that you are by telling them that they got answers to their immigration questions right here, right now, with the Brad Bernstein. And now's the time you have all been waiting for, because we are getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, so what do we got here? We have Jameson in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Jameson,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. I have like 3 questions. I have a family friend who moved to the States he came to the States on a visa in 2013, and he got arrested in Philadelphia for white collar crime, fraud for over $45,000.
Right.
However, he was locked up for about 5 or 4 months, and I can't really get into details because he want to hire you. But he was doing something, and whatever he was doing, they gave him DACA because he was on a visa, but he was married. His wife abandoned him when she found out that he got in trouble, but they never filed for paperwork or anything at all. So he eventually came out. He did what he had to do, and they promised him, and then they leave him alone. They tricked him. However, he eventually filed for scat, asylum, and withholding because he was on a visa.
All right, so basically he was on DACA. He did something bad. He was put in removal. He applied for something called CAT, which is Convention Against Torture, withholding of removal, basically saying his life's in danger if he goes back home. So what happened?
And he went to the interview, and they told him to come back for a decision. He went back for the decision.
There wasn't an interview. It was a court case.
Well, when he when he went there, and they said come back.
What was the end result? What was the end result?
The result was he went to immigration court. When he went to immigration court,
what was the end result in immigration court?
They basically put the court off for 2021.
Okay, so he doesn't have a final hearing yet. His final hearing's in 2021 for his CAT case and withholding. That's where he has to have his trial and present all his evidence. So he's going to need a good lawyer. Hopefully he has a fear of going back. Other than that,
he's going to hire you. But the thing is, when he went to asylum, when he went to the interview, and they denied him, they didn't tell him on the paper that, hey, they said the reason why they're denying his case is because he overstayed. So his lawyer is saying, hey, they didn't put up even when you went to the immigration court, they didn't say that you have a criminal court, so you can go married and adjust your status.
No, you can't, because what you're saying is when they put him in removal, they charged him just as being here out of status.
That's correct.
Not that he had some
aggravated felony.
Aggravated felony.
Yes.
Okay. Just because they did not list every reason to deport the man doesn't mean that they can't amend the deportation, the notice to appear in the future, to add additional allegations if he shows up and gets married.
Right.
So that's not going to work. I mean, the immigration's not stupid. They know the man was in jail.
Right.
So gutting back. So his lawyer's saying, "Oh, they didn't charge you as an aggravated felon, so go get married." They'll amend the notice to appear tomorrow.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Hold on, he needs help. I don't know the answer, but hold on, he needs help. The answer is hopefully he has some fear of returning home, or he has no case. All right. So hold on 1 second. All right. Let's go to Shermeen in Long Island. Shermeen.
Hello.
Hi, Shermeen.
Hi.
What's going on?
I have a question.
Yes.
Last year, my I-130 was approved, and they sent back to me for medical, photograph, and change of status fee, which I sent off. They approved in March, and I sent back the stuff in May to them. And even now, I haven't heard anything. My work permit expired. I renewed it, and I still haven't heard anything.
How long has your adjustment been pending?
From last March.
Since last March. Is this a marriage case?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's been pending since last March, you still haven't got an interview, you're now a year and a half into this, you got three choices. And I answer this question every day on my show. It's like I'm a broken record. I feel like Joe Biden for a second, because Joe Biden said he was a broken record. Everyone's like, I can't believe that Joe Biden, you remember that? I can't believe Joe Biden is referencing something that didn't happen for 30, there's been no records for 30 years. That's how old the guy was. Now I feel stupid because I'm not as old as Biden. I'm saying broken record. All right,
don't feel stupid. My friend just sent me the link, and this is my first time on the show.
Okay, fine. All right, so this is the story. Okay, you got three choices. Okay. Choice one is do nothing, sit on your hands, and eventually you'll get a decision. Eventually you'll get an interview. I have no idea when. Okay. It could be tomorrow, could be in a week, could be in a month, could be in a year, could be literally, I've seen cases take over 3 years to get an interview. Okay. The second choice is you can call immigration yourself. You can go down to immigration to talk to somebody. When you call them on the phone, you're talking to an outside contractor. All they're going to do is put in a request to say, so-and-so called, and they want to know what happened to their interview, and you'll get a letter back in a few weeks that says, pending. If you go down and you speak to someone at immigration, you're going to get the same thing. They're going to say, write a note, put it in the box, and somebody will get back to you. And you're going to get a notice back in a few weeks. your case is pending. We'll get back to you shortly. You can go to your congressman or congresswoman, your senator. They'll write a letter on your behalf. And then they're going to write back to you and say, your case is pending. It'll be, a little bit. And it's basically all you're doing is shuffling paper, wasting time, wasting resources. But it's doing any one of those three doesn't make your interview come any faster. The only thing it does is maybe reduce your anxiety a little bit to know that, yes, my case is still pending. They didn't forget about me. That's it. But it's not making your case go any faster. The only way that you're going to make your case go faster, if your adjustment's been pending more than a year, is you file what's called a mandamus action. And a mandamus action is a litigation against the federal government to say they're violating your rights. Why are they violating your rights? Because you're married to an American citizen. You are what's called an immediate relative. An immediate relative is immediately eligible for their green card. That doesn't mean, immediate doesn't mean tomorrow, but it certainly doesn't mean 18 months later. That's not immediate either. And as soon as you file this litigation, time and time and time again, you get an interview within a matter of 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then at that interview, that officer is really treading very lightly on your case because they don't want to be sued a second time. They want to make sure everything is done perfect. So my advice to everybody whose case is pending more than 12 months, hasn't gotten an interview, should be getting an interview, is you file a mandamus, because a visa delayed is a visa denied in my book. Hold on.
Thank you very much.
Hold on, and you can make an appointment if you want. Let's go to Ishmael in Newark, New Jersey. Ishmael.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. I have a couple questions. I actually wrote them down, so it'll be super easy.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the first one is my dad is married to my stepmom now. She came in on a visa. They've been married for about 6 months. She's here. She lives in New York. What should she do? He's a permanent resident, though. What should she do?
Has she overstayed her time?
Yes, she has.
He should have put in her adjustment while she was still in legal status, because he could have done that. The moment she overstayed her time, unfortunately, her choice is file for her and she goes home now. And hopefully she hasn't overstayed more than 180 days, and she goes home and waits 2 years, 3 years for her green card, or she waits for him to become a citizen here.
Okay, so should we wait for him to become a citizen and then file for her?
How long has it been since he's had a green card?
He's had his green card like 10 years.
He should file his citizenship yesterday.
Okay, so I'm going to get on that.
File his citizenship yesterday, and as soon as he becomes a citizen, the next day put in her adjustment.
Okay, perfect. Second question.
Yes.
VAWA, any VAWA updates?
I wish I had. It's so funny because I even looked over the weekend, and I don't even see. Not only do I belong to AILA, and AILA is American Immigration Lawyers Association, and they usually give updates on everything that's going on. I haven't seen anything. I even looked this weekend, and then when I didn't see anything on AILA, I actually even did a search in news just to see if there's any newspapers. There's nobody.
Yeah, I've been searching too.
There is nobody discussing it. But it's over September 30th, so we'll know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I had more information. I don't.
Okay, so if they deny VAWA, what's going to happen? Like,
that's another question. Well, people who haven't filed VAWA, you're out of luck. Okay, until they extend it. People, and then there's going to be people in 3 different situations. People who filed in 2019 when after the law expired. The law actually expired October 1st, 2018, but it's been funded through September. So they've still been accepting applications, although the law has actually expired about 11 months ago. That's one group of people. They're probably in the worst position, the people who filed from, October 1st, 2018 to September 30th, 2019. Then you have people who filed before that while the law was in existence who didn't get their I-360s approved yet. They're in a different group. And then there's another group who filed before that who already have their I-360s approved. They've been approved for VAWA, and they just have a pending adjustment, and the government's just been delaying. Those people are probably in the best situation. But what will happen, most likely, is immigration is not going to act on any of these cases, and then, unfortunately, for the victims of abuse, they're going to have to spend more money on lawyers like me to go sue the government because they never did their job in the first place, because they should have approved these cases from a while back. You know, because VAWA cases is just like the case that we just talked about before, which was the immediate relative. VAWA is immediate too. So if you delayed a VAWA case for 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, whose fault is that? You know, is it my fault or is it the government's fault? They should have approved this in 6 months. So I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is there's going to be a lot of litigation.
Okay, my last question for you. My mom lives abroad, and my brother, he is a U.S. citizen. What form should we file for mom?
I-130.
I-130. Okay.
All right.
Well, Brad, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Be well.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to Jesseline in Monterey, California. Jesseline.
Hi, Brad.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I have a couple questions,
Yes.
please. The first one is I'm filing a family-based adjustment of status. I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
Right.
And before that, I was a single parent of 3 boys. Father was not in the picture, not paying child support, so I was under public assistance while working and going to school. And currently, I'm still going to school on my 4th year, expecting to graduate in May. But I'm on CalWorks, which is the public assistance program.
Oh, we just lost her. Whoever that was, call back. We were just getting to the meat of the question.
Just getting to the good stuff.
All right, let's go to Natasha in Miramar, Florida. Natasha.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Natasha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. What's going on?
Love you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would say I love you too. I don't know you though, but all right. I love you too. I love Natasha. The world should know I love Natasha from Miramar, Florida. How dare I not say I love you back? I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, I love Natasha too. Why not? Right?
Yes.
Right? She loves me. I should love her back.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
All right, Natasha. What can I do to help you now?
I have 2 questions,
Yes,
Brad.
go on.
My sister became a U.S. citizen, and she has a daughter.
What's going on with our phones today? Hello, Natasha, you back?
Yes.
Okay, your sister is a U.S. citizen, and she has a daughter.
Yes, right.
And?
But she didn't put her daughter on the application.
Application for what?
But it's for, like, how can you file, once you turn a citizen, with the daughter being underage, can she automatically get started?
Does the daughter have a green card?
No, she doesn't have anything.
Where's the daughter now?
She is here.
Okay. How old is the daughter?
Right now, she's 25, but when her mom became a citizen, she was 13.
And the mom did nothing for her all these years?
All these years, mom did nothing
What's wrong
for
with
her.
this mother?
She need a beating.
She does. You know, and it's sad because I hear this a lot. Not necessarily from mothers, although I've seen it a few times. I actually see it from like grandparents a lot, that, or uncle or aunt, they raised a kid and they said, I did enough. I brought them here. I raised them. I didn't need to get them their green card. And it's not enough. You got to help somebody when they're a kid get their green card, because when they become adult, it becomes so much harder. Let me ask you a question. How did the mother get her green card? Do you know?
She got married.
She got married. And the husband never filed for this child or anything?
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's out of luck. She's 25 years old now. The mother can file for her, but it's going to take 7-8 years.
Wow.
This kid should have DACA. Does this kid have DACA? He's not a kid anymore, 25.
No, she doesn't have DACA.
Why not?
I don't know.
All right. So this is like one of those situations where you literally have an entire family of ostriches. I don't know what country these people are from, but they come from the ostrich family, because they all took their head and put it in the sand and said la 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 la. I don't have to worry about it, but they do. She got a maniac in the White House. So I don't have an answer for this young lady yet, but I think she should have a consultation with me.
Okay.
All right.
I have another question, Brad.
Go ahead.
My friend, she was married to a U.S. citizen, and she had a 2-year, and now her husband went back to Jamaica, and he lives in Jamaica, and he doesn't want to come up and help her with finish her stay.
So the husband's the U.S. citizen. He moved back to Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay, so then she should divorce him. If he's not coming back to America, what good is he? She should divorce him and file on her own and prove that it was a real marriage.
Okay.
All right, and we can help her with all that if she wants. All right, hold on if you need help. All right, Jesselyn, who got disconnected, is back. Let's go to Jesselyn. Jesselyn.
Hi again.
How are you? So I don't know what happened. If it was me, I apologize. If it was you, I'm glad
No
you called
problem.
back.
No
All right,
problem.
So the last,
I'm back
let me read. So you don't have to go through the question again. Just tell me if I got this right. Okay.
Sure.
You had 3 kids. You're an unmarried mother, and you collected a lot of government assistance while you were going through school. You're in your 4th year in school at this present time. And you want to file
I was
for somebody.
married before, but my husband moved to Mexico, so they couldn't open a child support case against him.
Okay.
And so I was going to school and couldn't, I was
Right.
working, but just couldn't have enough to support
Sure.
3 kids. So I was
Right.
on public assistance for my U.S. citizen son, not me.
Okay.
Because I didn't qualify.
Sure.
But right now I have a 2-year-old and I'm married again to my U.S. citizen husband. I'm still going to school, but I'm not going to be on public assistance after I graduate because I'm going to get a full-time job.
Did your husband file for you already?
We're in the process of applying, so
Okay.
we're getting all the paperwork.
Okay. I would suggest to try to get it in before October 15th, but it's not the end of the world if you don't get it in by October 15th. I mean, everyone has this October 15th thing like, oh my God, the world's going to come to an end. A couple things with the rules on October 15th. If it's public assistance for U.S. citizen children, they're not going to count it against you. They're also not going to count it against you if you took public assistance while you were pregnant and sick and I think it's 8 weeks after your pregnancy, you're still allowed to be on it. But what they are going to want to see, because there is some public assistance here, is obviously a good affidavit of support from your husband, but also that you're going to be able to be self-supportive. You're going to college, you're going to get a college degree. So I think by showing that you have a college degree, you're going to be able to stand on your feet. Really, that's what they want to see. You're going to have to fill out this whole 19-page form now about self-sufficiency, about how you're not going to be taking government assistance in the future. But having a college degree is going to go a long way to making them believe that you're going to be able to be self-sufficient and get a job and be able to support yourself.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. I have one more question.
Yes.
So I have a joint sponsor. He's making about $93K, which is more than enough to support us. But he filed as single when he's married. I'm not sure why. Will that be a problem?
It could be a problem, but if he's going to file the affidavit of support on his own without anybody else, I think that would be fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much,
You're
Brad.
very welcome. All right. Good luck.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right. Let's go to Gary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Gary.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. Good afternoon, Brad. I
Good
love your
afternoon.
show.
Thank you. What's going on?
Yes. I'm married to an American citizen, and I filed my paper. She filed my paper. I'm just asking you this question. I have a pending restraining order against my daughter's mom. So I'm wondering if that'll affect me, and I haven't sent in my medical.
Yes. If you have a pending restraining order, you cannot prove good moral character. That's just the law. And if you show up to an interview for adjustment of status, you got to prove you're a person of good moral character. Under the law, person with restraining order against them, bad moral character. So I wouldn't, the only thing you could, I don't know if there was any criminal charges with this, but assuming there's no criminal charges, you really need to speak to your criminal defense attorney and see how you can get that restraining order lifted, or you're going to have a problem.
So, okay, one more question. What if, because the restraining order finished on January 1st. What if my interview is after that?
Then you're okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Ali in Woodbridge, Virginia. Ali. Ali, listen to me, not your telephone, but listen to me through your phone, not the show through the phone. We'll come back to Ali. I hear him. He's behind.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to Stacy in Washington. Stacy.
That's you.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I heard somebody go, that's you, man. They better stop.
Man,
Better stop.
they were ready.
Or you're going to have an Ali problem.
It's Stacy's moment.
Yeah, Stacy, what's up?
Actually, the question was from me, her husband.
Okay, what's going on?
Yeah, she has a 2-year green card.
Right.
So we're working on filing to have the conditions removed, right?
Right.
So my thing is, I want to file a bankruptcy so I can reorganize myself.
That's
so I was
fine.
trying to figure out
That's fine.
if that would affect their case
Not at all.
and getting the
Not at
conditions
all.
removed.
Not at all.
Not at all?
No, because to remove the conditions, all you got to do is prove it's a bona fide marriage. It has nothing to do with your finances.
Okay, that's all.
But just know that to prove it's a bona fide marriage, you have to have joint finances.
Yeah, we do. We file taxes together
All right, so then you'll
every
be fine.
year.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about the bankruptcy.
Okay.
All right, sleep well.
You got anything else you want to ask?
What if you're in a minor accident? Will that affect your case?
Nope, you're just either unlucky or a bad driver. All right.
I told her the same thing.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
Y'all have a good day.
All right, thanks. All right.
I told her the same thing.
We starting problems in the house. It's like I told you, we're just a bad driver.
That's right. All right, let's go to, if I can pronounce this right, Amratori in Kennewick, Washington. Amratori.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Very good, sir.
What's going on?
I have one question for you.
Yes.
So, like, I coming for the C1D visa. It's like 4 years ago.
Right.
I already applied in the asylum. Like, I married the U.S. citizen. Now a relation is ever no good. Then I applied to VAWA this week. I eligible to the status for United States, or I have to have leave country?
No, VAWA is one of the few visas or that you can do an adjustment if you came on a C1D1. Even if you came without inspection, you can file an adjustment through VAWA, assuming it's now going to be extended, but yes.
Okay.
All right. That's it?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. All right, let's go to Raiden in Bakersfield, California. Raiden.
Yes, Brad. Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. My dad applied application I-130 in March 2018. And the case still pending. And he applied for his wife and 3 kids. One of the kids is going to turn 21 in 2 months.
Is the father a U.S. citizen?
No, permanent resident.
They're citizens?
No, permanent resident.
All right, well, the kid who's going to turn 21, he's going to be SOL, which doesn't stand for statute of limitations, but it's, poop emoji out of luck because the kid's going to turn 21. If it's been pending for how long now?
Since March 2018.
March 2018.
And it takes 24 months to process the case.
All right, what country are you from?
Yemen.
Yemen. It's going to take more than 24 months because you're from Yemen. Okay? You're from, listen, I've never been to Yemen, but I've been to United Arab Emirates. I've been to Qatar. Okay, all lovely countries. I assume Yemen is too, although I think there's a civil war going on there right now, but assuming there was not a civil war there. I think you're going to need to file a mandamus, or this case is going to take forever because you're on the poop emoji list, from Donald Trump.
Okay. And what is going to happen with the son, the 21 years old? It's going to take longer than the normal time, or
did he file a separate I-130 for the son?
For all of them, for the wife and 3 kids.
Okay, yeah, the son's going to take about another 4 or 5 years. Unfortunately, he's going to go into the F2B category.
That's for sure.
It sounds like it to me, but maybe you have a consultation. We'll see what we can do.
You think we should file mandamus?
You should do a mandamus because if you do a mandamus and we get the I-130 approved, maybe we can get the son here under the Child Status Protection Act.
Okay.
All right, so
I
hold
will
on.
call the office then.
Okay, hold on. Let's go to, we did Ali in West Virginia. Did we do Ali in Woodbridge? Yeah. Oh, he was talking. Okay, Ali in Woodbridge, Virginia.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, Brad. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Yes, I do have a question. I came here in 2012 and I'm filing for asylum.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for some reason, my asylum was declined when I went for interview.
Right.
So they put me for on removal proceeding.
Right.
So it's been there for heaven and ever, and they keep on postponing the dates. So eventually, I got married 2000. I found my wife, and I got married.
Right.
A U.S. citizen.
Right.
I went for interview, the marriage interview, 2017.
Passed it?
And 2018, and got approved in 2018.
Good.
So, but I don't know exactly what's going on right now.
So what you need to do is you need to make a motion to recalendar your case to get an earlier date to ask a judge to allow you to adjust your status. That's what's going on. So until you get before a judge and ask to adjust your status, you're just going to be sitting around.
So I already applied the I-485 and it's been there also 1 year.
But you need to get approval from a judge to do all of that. You just can't randomly file an I-485. The reason it's been sitting there is because you're still in removal.
Okay.
All right. So hold on.
Yes, excuse me. One more thing.
I'm listening.
So the removal board, they sent me to 2022 for final hearing.
So what let's rewind a second. I just finished telling you. I said what you need to do. You are in removal. You just can't randomly file an adjustment because now I'm married and I got an approved I-130. You got to get permission from a judge to do it. So the fact that you filed an I-485 and you're waiting 1 year has been a waste of your time and money. Okay. The judge is not going to see you. The judge sees 200 people a day. This judge has forgotten about you. Everyone has forgotten about you until 2022. When you show up in the courtroom and the judge will say, okay, you're here for your final asylum. And you'll say, wait a second, I got married and I got approved 4 years ago. And the judge will say, okay, I'm going to allow you to file your adjustment then. But what you want to do is you want to write a motion to the judge and say, can I get an earlier date? I don't need a hearing anymore. I don't need this whole trial for asylum because I got married. So I just need to show up in front of you for 3 minutes, show my approved I-130 and get your permission to file an adjustment because the other adjustment I filed was stupid because I shouldn't have done it without your permission.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You need a good lawyer. I'm not done yet.
No,
Let's go to Ann in Patterson, New Jersey. Just taking a breath. Ann.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
What's going on?
I just have a question to ask you. When I was coming here, my daughter filed me. When I was coming, I speak to a lawyer. I was married to a man. I haven't seen the man for a donkey years. I don't know anything about him. I have a son for him. And I would like to put in filing for them when I reach 5 years. I wonder if that would be a problem on his birth certificate.
No. Basically, you were married to a man, and let me translate Jamaican for those who are not Jamaican. Donkey years is like decades. And so she hasn't seen this guy in decades, doesn't know where this guy is, maybe over 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, whatever it is. How long?
Over 30 years.
30 years, okay. She has a son for him. I know it's donkey years is decades, but I don't know how many decades we're talking. And now she wants to file for a son. That's fine. Whether you got married or divorced, whether you know where this man is or not, he's an adult. Your name is on the birth certificate as a mother. That's all that's required.
Yeah, my name is
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Whether you know where this guy may be dead for all you know, but it really doesn't matter. It makes no difference on your case, on your son's case.
Okay. And next question.
Yes.
I have a daughter and a son my daughter has a son which is 18. He has a daughter that is 15 and a son that is 7.
Yeah,
my son has 2 babies now.
Okay.
One is born, one is unborn.
The 18...
Here, can I put them on the filing together?
You can put them on, but it sounds like to me that the 18 and 15 may turn 21 before they get here. The younger ones will be fine, but put them all on. You never know.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and if you need help, hold on. Let's go to Rafa in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Rafa.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
What's going on?
I have a friend here, he got criminal, now he got, convicted of violating protection order. His girlfriend put that in, he ended up calling her something. But he was pending asylum case, and how it's going to affect him.
Depends what he was found guilty of.
Contacting?
I don't know what contacting. I don't know what contacting means under Indiana Penal Code. If it's an aggravated felony, it could affect him. He would still get asylum, but probably be barred from getting a green card. If it's a crime of moral turpitude, he should be okay. I have no idea until we see what he has. But if he wants, he can make an appointment, and we'll review it. But I don't know what the penal code is in Indiana. Yeah.
And one more question.
Yes.
Is there if he is found with that, because he did it twice or 3 times, I think, and is there a waiver or something because I watch your shows and you talk about waivers and stuff like that.
Well, asylum has different laws than the waivers that I always generally talk about are waivers for family-based petitions, but there are waivers for asylum as well. Depends what he was found guilty of. Okay, and asylum, the waivers, they give waivers for a lot more things than in family-based. All right, so hold on one second. You need a consultation. Hold on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Tracy Ann in Yonkers. Tracy Ann.
Hi, Brad. Good
Hi, how are
evening.
you?
Not bad. So my question is, I got married in 2015, in December 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I got my green card and I went to take I got the conditional of the 2 years.
Right.
I did it, but I received a letter a few months ago saying that because when I did it, I lived in Brooklyn, but now I moved to Yonkers.
Okay.
So I got a letter saying that they changed the jurisdiction on the case. And I haven't heard anything else. And
I thought you said you got approved.
No, at the 2 year, when I did this, I just sent in the...
Oh, you guys got an extension. So they changed the jurisdiction from what to what?
That's what on the letter that I get.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that means. It means no, because Brooklyn, Yonkers, you would still be at 26 Federal Plaza. Either you're reading the letter wrong and they just said that we updated your address, or it's possible, probably it's possible that they transferred your case to a different immigration office just for processing.
Yes, that's what they're saying.
Right, yeah, but that had nothing to do with your move. You're still going to get your interview at 26 Federal Plaza.
I was just wondering, but it's taking a long time now.
How long?
So I did it from last year, October.
If it's over 18 months, you can file a mandamus.
So I would love to come and
All right, come see me. Hold on. All right. Now we're done with the telephone. We're done with the section of telephone calls.
Yeah. Okay.
For today. Tomorrow we'll take more.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, and we're going to answer all your questions on social media in about 3 or 4 minutes from now.
Right.
But in the meantime, I do got to remind everybody about our Instagram accounts. Of course, Yo-Yo and Belgium Kim told you all about following us on YouTube and Facebook. But we also have Instagram. You can follow me on @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. And if I know you and you make comments in our Facebook feed or on our YouTube feed and you're part of the Brad Show squad, that's not correct. Part of Brad Squad. There is no Brad Show squad. That's a different group. But if you're part of Brad Squad and you do make comments, I know who you are, you can drop me a DM. I'm happy to answer it. I've been answering DMs all day long. Getting 15, 20, 25.
That's crazy.
And people say, Brad, you know me. And I'm like, do I know this person?
Oh, come on.
And I try to be nice. I'm like, all right, I'll answer it. But I'm not even sure if I know this person or not.
Well, here's the thing. If you told them, if you know me, I will answer your question, that means that they heard you say that, meaning they know you.
If I know you.
Right, but they...
I gotta know you. You don't got. Everyone knows me. I gotta know you.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
That's a slippery slope. I feel like.
But you can follow me on @RealBradBernstein, and right now I seem to know everybody.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. You're very popular.
And also, kind of like my pictures too, if you like them. And you can also follow us at Brad Show Live, and you can see all of our fantastic content as well as. In our stories, all of our highlights from the previous night's show, in case you want to see everything in 3 minutes instead of 2 hours.
Right.
And Belgium Kim and Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
You can find me doing everything from Brad Show Live stuff to non-Brad Show Live stuff at Travel Queen Kim.
And you can find me at Jonathan Elias TV.
All right, so it's bulldozer time, Yo-Yo and Belgium Kim.
Yeah.
The bulldozer will be coming in. So if you're injured in a construction site accident, you are due compensation for your injuries. You want to file a lawsuit, but your injury is preventing you from working. Bills still need to be paid. An attorney will also need to be paid. So how do you fund yourself and your lawsuit until your case is settled? How do you support yourself? Because a lot of people say, I can't do a lawsuit. I got to go back to work in pain. It hurt anyway because I got to survive. Well, here, Spar and Bernstein's personal injury attorney and partner, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch, breaks down funding your case and how your life goes while your case is being handled. Let's check it out. Every year, 10% of construction workers are injured on the job site in America. According to the Census of Fatal Occupational Injuries in 2017 alone, 5,147 construction workers died on the job. When an accident leaves a construction worker incapacitated, they and their families lose the financial security they once had. A good attorney is needed to make sure that the injured parties are compensated to the highest level, because most of the time they will never be able to work again. And there is one bite of the apple when it comes to fighting for compensation in court. With me to discuss what to do if you or your loved one is involved in an on-the-job construction accident is Spar and Bernstein's very own personal injury attorney, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch. Moshe, how are you?
Good to be here.
So Moshe, let me ask you a question. We've talked about all the different things to do in a construction accident, why it's important to hire good attorneys like ourselves. It's important to have your phone, take pictures, call the ambulance, get medical treatment. We've talked about who to trust. We've even talked about what to do on Facebook and Instagram. But one thing we never talked about is, how does all of this get paid? How do we get paid as attorneys? How does somebody who is injured in an accident support themselves while they're waiting for these millions and millions of dollars that you get them at the end of the case, which obviously doesn't happen in a week or two. It may take 1, 2, 3 years before a case settles. How do you put food on the table? How do you pay your rent? How do you pay for your kids to go to school, for school books or whatever? Clothes.
So Brad, when you're injured on the job and you retain attorneys at Spar and Bernstein, our legal services are free from inception, right? We only take a fee once the case settles. So from the beginning up until the moment the case is settled, nothing is being charged to the clients.
You don't pay for anything?
Absolutely nothing.
There are no expenses, no hidden expenses?
Zero. Even the disbursements that we incur during the course of litigation, hiring the experts, getting the doctors on board, the narrative reports, we don't charge the clients absolutely anything, Brad. When it comes to their own personal expenses, for medical bills, for out-of-pocket expenses,
because a lot of people are very concerned. Is my lawyer going to pay my rent every month?
Right, exactly. And so the good news is workers' compensation kicks in for that. And workers' compensation is an insurance claim that you make with your employer, and your employer hopefully has workers' compensation insurance, and they will pay you for your medical benefits, your lost wages, and out-of-pocket expenses that are necessary. And what happens towards the end of the workers' compensation claim is they'll either buy you out, which means they'll give you a lump sum payment separate and apart from what attorneys at Spar and Bernstein will.
Which will get you through the settlement.
Exactly. But sometimes what happens, Brad, is a doctor from the workers' comp insurance company will deny your benefits. And if your benefits are denied, then you're left with nothing in your pocket. And so what do? There's something called funding companies. And Brad, you know what that is. It's when you get funding from a third-party insurance company and they give you money against the settlement of your case.
It's basically you're getting a loan.
It's a loan.
It's a loan, but it's a high-interest loan.
It's extremely high interest.
Right. So there's good and bad, because you want to be able to take some money so you can
enjoy
your life and get through your life and pay your bills. But at the same time, you don't want to take too much because the interest runs very high. The good news is that if your case never settles, you never have to pay them back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you're not on the hook if you take a funding and ultimately you lose your case. It's not like you're in debt for the rest of your life.
Right.
You only owe them if the case settles, just like you only owe your lawyer if the case settles. One thing that lawyers can't do is pay your bills. That's against the law.
That is illegal, yes.
Right. So Moshe, tell me about a situation where somebody came to you who was seriously injured in a construction accident, and they were very concerned about how they were going to pay their bills, what they were going to do, how they were going to pay the rent, and ultimately what happened in the short term and what happened in the long term.
So we did have a client, Brad, that had emergency surgery the day of his accident. There was no insurance involved whatsoever. He was an undocumented person. And so when he had the surgery, the emergency bill came to his home and he had no idea what to do with it. A week later, he comes to our office. We explain the situation to him. We open his workers' compensation benefits the day he came to us, and workers' compensation began to pay for all of his medical bills. And he didn't have to incur any expenses whatsoever. And ultimately, Brad, after we successfully litigated the case, we proved that he had no responsibility for the share of the accident. We got the defendants 100% liable.
And this is an undocumented person. This is somebody who was not legal to work in America.
He didn't even know he had a case when he first came here because he was undocumented. He didn't have a case. But that's quite contrary. You have the exact same rights as somebody who's a legal citizen here in America. And we ultimately got him almost $4 million.
That's crazy. That's a great, 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 great settlement. That's amazing. And now, so he got a workers' compensation to cover him throughout his case, and then at the end of the case, settled the case for almost $4 million. It's a great job, Moshe. Now, for everybody out there, whether you're working in construction, you know someone working in construction, whether they're citizens, residents, a loved one, a friend, even undocumented person, everyone has the right to representation. God forbid they are injured on the job, because it is strict liability being injured in a construction accident in the state of New York. You should be saving our telephone number, because as I said at the top, 10%, 1 out of every 10 construction workers get injured on the job every year. And most of them never hire an attorney, and they should. Save our telephone number. It's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I'm imploring you to do it. And the reason is because you save it because you never think you're going to get into an accident, and then it happens, and you don't know who to call. Oh, I remember seeing this Facebook guy. I remember the bulldozer lawyer. What's his name? I don't remember anymore. You have it saved in your phone. 1-800-529-5465. Moshe, great job.
Make sure you get aggressive lawyers who know what they're doing, because you only get one bite at the apple.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right. By the way, before we start into our social media, remember, like when I said I was insulted when somebody gave me a thumbs down on YouTube,
Yes.
and everyone came through on YouTube.
Yes.
Thank you, Brad Squad. We have 72
72.
thumbs up. I think that's the most thumbs up we ever had in a live show on YouTube ever.
But Brad,
so thank you. Thank you, Brad Squad.
Can I push them? I really want to
Yes.
get to 100. It's completely arbitrary. You get nothing for it, but it would make me really happy to see us get to 100 thumbs up
that would be great.
Everybody watching right now, put a thumbs up.
Now,
Everybody.
Now, as great, yes. All right, let's continue on YouTube for a second.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, as great as YouTube was.
Yeah.
We are 82, 92, 28 thumbs up away from 100, which we've never had ever.
Which is amazing.
On a live show.
Right.
And we really appreciate that. On Facebook, though.
Yeah, what is
we
that?
are at 45 shares. Also, never had that many low shares on Facebook ever for a live show. Have we ever gone through a live show with 45 shares?
Absolutely
That's
not.
like sad. What's going on with Facebook?
I don't
Maybe
know.
Facebook's a
maybe
disaster.
We should shut it down.
No, we're not going to shut it down. But Facebook today, shut down Facebook. Shame on you, Yo-Yo.
If you're not going to show us love, all we're asking for you guys to do is share.
Y'all just put y'all in the naughty corner.
And by the way, I always have y'all back, but y'all really showing out today, and not in a good way.
And by the way, we're going to social media check-in, so if any time was to
I don't
share,
think we should yet.
If any time was to share, this would be it, because I'm going to be answering everybody's social media questions now.
Exactly.
We're still 12 thumbs up away from YouTube. I mean, by the way, if YouTube hits 100, if YouTube hits 100 thumbs up, and Facebook doesn't even get to 100 shares, how sad would the Facebook people be?
I say not
How
to do.
sad- how sad would the Facebook
I say
people-
we don't do a show on Facebook tomorrow.
How about Yo-Yo just texted me, if we don't get to 100 shares, he says we shut off the Facebook feed and just do social media on YouTube.
I'm just saying, all we're asking for you guys to do is share. It's the easiest thing. Literally, all you have to do is share it to any one page that you've never shared before.
That's true.
That's
Meanwhile,
it.
David Gabriel says, "Here, Brad, here's your thumbs up." So thank you, David. At least we're getting what?
Dang,
Facebook.
you have to really,
David
like,
Gabriel,
pull
right?
teeth.
Belgium Kim's bow.
Yeah.
It's like the digital bow.
Yeah,
right?
he's one of my digital
One
bows.
of your digital bows, right?
Because if Donald Hutton hears
Donald
you say
Hutton is
that,
also a
we
digital
don't
bow.
have some problems.
I actually really want to know this. Like, seriously. Does anyone on the Brad Squad that's watching on Facebook not know how to share? I really want to know
That's
this.
a great question,
Like,
yeah.
there is 109 people watching
All
right
right,
now
and Mark
on Facebook.
Hicks says 51 people shared. And you could share to more than one. So it could be like one person sharing to 5 different.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people how to share quickly?
Okay, you guys.
All right, but this is like not the bathroom break time.
No,
right? This is not the Star Spangled Banner.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Insulted.
I'm going to give you 10 seconds right now for you guys to hit that share button. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter, fam. It says share. It's got a little arrow. It looks the same as everything. On Facebook, you can do it any way. You can start a watch party, send it as a private message. Jonathan, what's your favorite way to get something shared to you on Facebook?
in my inbox.
By the
Ooh,
way,
I like that too.
I don't
Yeah.
want to forget YouTube. We're four thumbs up away from 100. Never happened.
Wow.
YouTube is
See,
doing it
YouTube,
today.
YouTube
is
is
doing it.
live
All right, we
people.
got 3 more to go for YouTube, but Facebook, I don't even know. Marge Higgs is telling me 59 shares. It's very sad.
Yeah, that's what
Very,
I've been
very
seeing.
sad.
That's exactly what I've been seeing. Yeah, we're at 70 shares right now.
Yeah, Kate
70?
Ann
Seven.
said she shared with
that
every
went
one
up
of her contacts.
pretty fast, though.
It went up
It went
pretty
up
fast.
70.
fast.
We got to get to 100 though.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get to 100 thumbs up on YouTube
And 100 shares. Yeah.
and then you know what? Then I'll be happy to answer everybody's social media questions.
Oh, you
I'll
go
do it.
home-
I'll do it anyway, but I won't be happy answering it. You're gonna see Brad like, yeah, whatever.
YouTube just did it.
Yeah, you'll be
YouTube's
like,
at
YouTube
100.
did it.
Yes.
Yeah, but like I'll answer it. I'll be like, yeah, you got 4 years to wait. I'm not telling you what to do to make it faster.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't be that mean. What do you think I would be that mean?
That's pretty terrible,
Yeah,
Brad.
right.
I don't
But-
think you could help yourself,
By
honestly.
the way, Little Caesar just said when I went like this.
Uh-huh.
That's a great gif.
That is. Yeah, YouTube has done it. They're at 103 at this point.
Yeah.
And right now,
And where are we at with Facebook?
I'm getting shares left and right.
107 shares.
Oh!
There we go. Thank you.
All right, Julie, the TriCaster guy. Let's go to social media check-in. Man, Yo-Yo's in a deep sweat over there.
No, I'm not. I'm chilling. I'm about to cut y'all off.
It was exhausting.
All right, our first question of the day. This is from the first 5 that we're going to be answering. These are Brad Squad members. Like we say, if you want a guaranteed first 5 questions that we ask for social media questions, you have to actually join the group, and then you could put your questions in. So our first one is Lady Gaza TK saying, Brad, if a 3-year green card holder based on marriage marry his current girlfriend who's in the U.S. out of status and file for her, how long does it take to get a work permit?
If LPR filed for out of status girlfriend out of the U.S., that makes no sense.
So
Say it again?
look, if a 3-year green card holder based on marriage marry his current girlfriend who's in the U.S.
Okay, so this is the problem. If you got a green card through marriage, you cannot file for second spouse until you've had a green card for either 5 years or until you're a citizen. So right now that application can't even go in.
Ugh.
Dang.
Tanette said, I'm a U.S. citizen and I filed for my son who's over 21 in September of 2012. How much longer do we need to wait?
It should be visa available anytime now. What is it, December 2012? Let's look what the visa bulletin is. Visa bulletin is January 1st, 2013. So if you did all your paperwork, they should be scheduled.
Yeah, that should.
And if you haven't done all your paperwork right, then they won't be scheduled. But they should be scheduled.
All right, Patricia Bird saying, how long does it take to review a I-360?
It should take 6 months because you're an immediate relative, but they're taking 18 to 24 months. And right now, they're not doing anything because we don't know what's going to happen with the law. I'm assuming, let me take that back. The I-360 is for more than VAWA cases. The I-360 could be for a special juvenile immigrant. Could also be for a religious worker. So it depends on what the case is. But I just answered it as a VAWA.
PJ wants to know, how long will my petition take to be approved? I'm based in the Philippines and my green card holder spouse filed the I-130 in Hawaii last June in 2018. USCIS received it in July of 2018. Is it time for spouse to do a mandamus?
Yes, it is. If it's more than a year, it's time for mandamus.
King Promise saying, when I checked my status online, it says our National Benefits Center is working on my case. What does this mean? I got my ticket for POS of drug paraphernalia. Will this make them not give me my green card because it thinks that they're making the interview and my I-360 approved?
No, any arrest and conviction is a strike against you. Whether or not it's going to prevent you from getting a green card depends on the severity. It's not a drug case. It's a drug paraphernalia. It could go to moral character. When it says you're at the National Benefits Center, and they're working on it, that's code word for it's sitting in a pile, nobody's looked at it, and eventually when somebody looks at it, they'll schedule you for an interview. So the only thing you can do, really, is either wait, or if it's been more than a year, what are we going to do, team? Together, file a mandamus. Okay.
Marco
Yes.
would like to know, does it make any sense to try and expedite my EAD? My wife is pregnant and her due date is November 5th. She's got an extremely high-risk pregnancy and the doctor is suggesting bed rest. She's got a medical issue and we've got proof of that.
I feel for you, but they're not expediting EADs.
Okay.
All right. Mile 7 saying, Brad, I have a question for you. Myself and a U.S. citizen spouse went for my green card interview July 30th, 2019, and up to now, we haven't heard anything from the officer. We presented the necessary documents. They asked for like marriage certificate, joint tax returns.
When was the interview?
July 30th.
All right, so you got to wait at least 120 days. So that's August, September, October, November, and then December, they don't do anything anyway. If by January 2nd you have no resolution to your case, you come see us and we file a mandamus.
Okay, can I
Yes.
add? The police officer asked only 5 questions and I answered all of them.
Immigration officer.
Huh?
It's an immigration officer, it's not a police officer.
Or the officer, sorry.
Right,
the
right.
officer asked only 5 questions and I answered them all, and she asked my wife 11 questions. She also answered them. My wife couldn't answer questions like how much do you have on your debit card, and she said she doesn't know. She also asked how much do we pay for filing application, and she couldn't answer that as well. So should I be worried?
I have no idea. If it's a real marriage, you shouldn't be worried. If it's not a real marriage, you should be worried. That's really what I tell everybody. Because if it's a real marriage, ultimately, you're going to get your green card.
Rafael is Brazilian and he graduated in business administration in 2014. He's had experience in human resources and personnel departments for more than 5 years, but he's having a hard time finding a company that can sponsor him. Do you have any advice?
Keep trying.
Chrissy saying, I'm from West Virginia and been waiting on my AOS and EAD to kick in for almost a year because the form I-290. Can I volunteer or would it be a problem?
The form I-290?
Yeah.
She's on appeal? What is this?
Has been waiting on the AOS and EAD to kick in for almost a year because she's on the I-290.
I-290 is an appeal.
Because of the form I-290, that's all.
It sounds like it's some sort of appeal, a motion to reopen.
Mm-hmm. Can I volunteer or would it be a problem?
I'm not sure what her case is about, so we would need to know more.
Okay.
We've got a question coming from Ben, who said, how long does it take to get an update from NVC after you've done your biometrics and USCIS has approved the I-130?
For an I-45, I guess. It's anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Okay, Praneeth wants to know, can I divorce and remarry while my VAWA is pending?
Yes.
It's bona fide. Said,
okay. We know it's a real marriage.
Right.
Literally,
Okay.
her whole name is It's bona fide. Queen, it's all good.
You think she just made that name up just for the show?
I
Right?
feel like she may have. If it's bona fide, you got nothing to worry about, right?
Queen, it's all good.
She says, I have a friend that just received his immigrant visa from the Caribbean. If he travels after the public charge takes effect on the 15th, how would that affect him coming to the U.S.?
Doesn't affect it all. He got his visa.
All right, and our last one for this round is from Tanya Winter saying, when I-130 gets approved for first for the stepchild, does this mean that the spouse of I-130 is approved, just delayed with the notification to the U.S. citizen?
No, the stepchild application and the U.S. citizen application for the spouse are 2 different applications on 2 different tracks. So that doesn't necessarily mean it. Meanwhile, the global climate strikes, inspired by 16-year-old Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg, occurred on Friday. It's been estimated that 4 million people participated in the strikes around the globe, making it the largest mass protest for action on global warming in history. In New York City, more than 250,000 people marched in New York City. Belgium Kim was there to cover the event and speak to the participants. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Belgium Kim and I'm at the New York City Climate Strike. Just 3 days before the start of the UN Climate Summit, millions of people all over the world are walking out from jobs and schools protesting against climate change and demanding transformative action against the climate crisis. Today in New York City, tens of thousands of people are gathering in Foley Square to walk down and march through the heart of the financial district, ending in Battery Park, where the powerhouse movement founder Greta Thunberg will head a rally. At just 16 years old, Greta will be here to address the UN and has already talked to Congress, met with President Obama, and protested outside the United Nations. We're taking you inside the march, talking to activists, young people, and adults who are here to demand change. Check it out. Tell me why you guys are here today.
Because we all share this planet and it's time we start acting now. Every single person that's here can motivate the people that don't believe that climate change is a fact to start believing it and start saving our planet.
Tell me why it was so important for you to bring your son here today, Shira.
One, because we need to save the planet. We need to make sure that he has a place to grow up and to raise a family and to continue generations, but also because I want him to know that you don't have to be an adult to make a change. You can make a change no matter how old you are.
I don't know what I've been done. I don't know what I've been told. Climate change is getting old. Climate change is getting old. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what I've been done.
It's important for us to be here today because not only is it going to affect us when we grow up, it's affecting everybody currently, and I don't want to have kids and then my kids not see the things I saw. I want them to see the green trees, the beautiful sights, all of that.
And like, as my parents told me, this world was never like this when they grew up. It was more green and beautiful, but now as we grew up, we still see what they see, but worse. Things that we're going through is not going as we want to. But when our children, if we want children, or the people that's pregnant now, or when I have children, they're not going to see the beautiful animals, the beautiful trees and flowers that we have and birds. But if we stop this now, it will be our world.
I'm scared to die, and I don't want to die anytime soon. So we need change.
Absolutely. What kind of actionable items do you hope come out of the climate strike?
Honestly, we need like a good deal because I don't know about you, but the Amazon's still on fire and it's scary. I'm very for like animal conservation, so if they could like also do that, absolutely.
I mean, some of the first things are stopping any more construction of fossil fuel infrastructure. We're not going to be able to shift to green stuff if we keep building new pipelines.
Tell us a little bit about why you're here today and what your sign is.
Well, my sign is against oil pipelines and gas pipelines because they're dangerous for the earth and they're dangerous for the climate.
How do you feel like immigration and climate change intersect, or do you feel like they intersect?
They absolutely do, because in many countries, climate destabilization has already created climate refugees. It has created deserts, lack of water, too much water, where it isn't a desert or not raining for years on end and people are drowning. So there have been, for a number of years, already climate refugees.
Tell me, why was it important for you to be out here today?
I've got 2 grown kids, a boy and a girl, and they've got their life to live, and I want the planet to be there for them.
Yes.
And the thing that really got me out here was the Amazon jungle, the rainforest burning. That is insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where our oxygen comes from.
What do you feel are the most important next steps to take right now to reverse climate change?
Well, as opposed to what the president's saying, we've got to get those car emissions down.
Yeah.
We can cut back on food waste. We should use food much better, and alternative fuels. Alternative energy, going more green. That's definitely the way of the future. We've got to go that direction.
I think that our generation has the right to have families and not have to be scared that the environment is going to keep them from doing that. And I think that we can't give up and we have to keep on trying, even though the numbers might seem daunting. We can't give up.
Right. I love it. Why was it so important for you to be here?
Because when I was first born, I was thinking to myself, what a good world this is. How amazing. But I found out that climate change is happening, and then will this world actually be the same?
And I've got to hand it to her, Greta. I mean, she came on a boat all the way over here.
Woman of the hour. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And this is a teenager.
I am very thankful to Greta because I can tell you that whatever magic she has and attention she's brought has catapulted this movement on a global scale, which is exactly what we needed.
We are not in school today. And this time, we are not alone. We have some adults who are not at work today either. And why? Because this is an emergency. Our house is on fire. Why should we study for a future that is being taken away from us, that is being stolen for profit? And what is the point of educating ourselves and learning the facts when the people in power refuse to listen to the educated and pay attention to the facts? Where I come from, things are very different than here. But when it comes to the climate and ecological emergency and the people in power, it is pretty much the same. Nowhere have I found anyone in power who dares to tell it like it is. Because no matter where you are, even that burden they leave to us teenagers, us children. Do you think they hear us? We will make them hear us. We are doing this to wake the leaders up. We are doing this to get them to act. We deserve a safe future, and we demand a safe future. Is that really too much to ask? Right now, we are the ones who are making a difference. If no one else will take action, then we will. But we are not just some young people skipping school or some adults who are not going to work. We are a wave of change. This is what people power looks like. We will rise to the challenge. We will hold those who are the most responsible for this crisis accountable, and we will make the world leaders act. We can and we will. And if you belong to that small group of people who feel threatened by us, then we have some very bad news for you. Because this is only the beginning. Change is coming, whether they like it or not.
All right, Brad Squad, this is so inspiring. This is a historic event. You can feel it in the air. We brought you inside and talked to students, teachers, activists who all demanded the same thing. We hope that change is soon to come. Until next time, see ya.
All right. Great job there, Belgium, Kim.
Thank you.
And Party Rock did a good job editing that very quickly.
Yep, we had little Caesar on lock with us, who was there attending to our every need while we were on the shoot.
Well, wow, we had
total team effort.
Belgium, Kim, Party Rock, and Little Caesar.
Yeah.
What a crew going out there.
It's a hell of a team, let me tell you.
All right, we're going to do 3.5 minutes, 25 questions. Answer 25 immigration questions in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now, Yo-Yo, you got very good at answering, asking like 5, 10 fast. You're going to have to answer, you're going to have to at least 12 or 13, depending on who starts first.
Yes.
Okay, I got to answer all 25.
Yes.
Right.
Hold on, let me
it's
get
really
this
the toughest
together.
for you, Brad.
Yeah, just put it together so you don't.
Why is it so dark? Look, the
Yeah,
devil's
just
already
put
trying.
Put it together so you don't.
Don't. Yeah, bring that brain out.
How do you do it?
How do you do it? How do you do it?
The devil's trying.
How do you do it?
Not a thing.
All right, I am ready.
That's gonna be interesting.
I am ready. You ready?
Wait. All right.
All right. By the way, am I allowed to add color to my answer after? Or I have to add all the color
Can you
during?
remember?
You can add color, I would say, after the 3:30 is up, but this is a pretty colorless 3:30,
This is
I would
colorless.
say.
Just answer the question down and dirty.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
like bare bones
Bare
it for
bones.
us.
Okay, I will add
Right?
color after.
Yes.
Would you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll go first.
All right.
Great.
That's That means you're going to ask the extra one.
There you go.
Hey, that's what it is.
All right. Tamika, can my children uncle adopt my overstayed children? He has a green card.
If they're under 16.
My fiance and I are planning to get married this month, and I'm an international student. If I apply for adjustment before October 15th, is that a good time?
It sounds like a good time.
Frank, hi there. My interview for I-485 was on October 2nd. Since I'm still waiting for a decision, my priority date is September 17th, 2017. Now we're on September 2019, still waiting. What do you recommend?
Mandamus.
Terry said, can I get a green card if I have a withholding of removal?
You have to reopen your case first.
Emily, can a 21-year-old file for his dad and stepmom, or if he files for his dad, only how long would it take for the file
You can
for his wife?
file for dad and stepmom as long as the marriage happened before he was 18.
Hadia said, I'm a teacher on a J1 visa and I'm finishing my 5th year, but I'd like to know if I could apply for an EB2 visa.
If you qualify, an EB2 would be for as a professional worker, you need a school to sponsor you.
DZ, can USCIS cancel approved I-130 if the petitioner loses income?
No.
Olu Ratimi said, a friend of mine is holding IRS and his wife wants to file for citizenship after 3 years of marriage. Can she file now?
It has a problem with IRS?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they can file.
Sheena says, what happens after this new law is passed on the 15th of October? Does that mean that you can't that you can't have a co-signer?
No, you can't have a co-signer.
Vanika said, how long does it take to get your citizenship, and how long does it take if you're a citizen filing for your spouse?
Citizenship is 6 to 12 months. Filing for spouse in America is anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Drums, my friend went on her interview in February and still hasn't heard anything yet.
I don't know.
Veda said, I was born in Jamaica and I've got U.S. citizenship. How long can I stay in Jamaica for a visit?
U.S. citizenship, you can stay forever.
Patricia says, how long does it take to review an I-360 together with the I-485?
It should take 6 months. It's taking 18 months. If it takes longer than that, you should be filing a mandamus.
So Goon said, can someone get a new EAD before the first one ends after the renewal?
No, you should file before the first one ends, but it won't be issued till after it ends.
Queen of my castle, how do I buy the filing view via money order?
How do you file via money?
How do I buy the filing view?
Filing fee.
Okay.
You go to a money order store and buy the filing fee.
Tanisha said, how long after marriage can you file the petition?
The next day.
Almighty says, what's the final date to apply for adjustment of status before the new law?
You got to have it received before October 14th.
Stacy says, my spouse filed a petition to change my status. I came on a visitor's visa, but I'm still in status. He's a citizen but owes taxes. Is that going to affect my case?
Could affect your case, but he should still file for you.
Ade Sumbo says, filing a mandamus beneficial only to relatives of the U.S. citizen?
No, it's beneficial to any case.
Ari says, when submitting a bank statement in support of the I-485, at least how many copies should you submit?
1.
Jean says, how long does it take to interview for a green card? My wife is filing for me.
Anywhere from 6 months to 3 years.
Andrea says, my niece came to the U.S. in December of 2007. Could she apply for DACA? She was under 16 when she came here.
Yes.
It's Nisha saying, asking for a friend after you submit an I-130, can you travel to your on your B2 visa?
No.
Les Lobo says that the new restrictive rules on October 15th apply to citizenship applicants.
No.
Nova said, can a green card holder file for their mature children, and how much will it cost?
To 7 years, $535 an application. Thank you very much. We'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget to tip your waitress on the way out.
Boom!
Don't forget to tip the waitress on the way out.
Oh man, that was chill, chill, chill. I was chilling. I could have been sipping a margarita while we were doing that, y'all.
Were you nervous at all?
No, not at all. I'm telling you, this mug might as well have been a coconut.
Comments of the day, Belgium Cam.
Absolutely.
And Yana Yo Elias.
Our very first comment of the day comes from the wonderful Terry the Real Slim Ass, who said, I have my snack and I have water in hand before the show begins. Don't even have to pee. I don't move.
Is that Terry Slimaz?
That is Terry Slim Ass.
Terry Slimaz.
Terry Slim Ass.
Terry Slimaz.
All right, our second comment of the day comes from Julian, and I agree with you on this one. The only time I'm cuddling chicken is when it's on my plate.
That's right, and cooked.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
Yes.
please, absolutely.
I made
preferably fried.
Yes.
Oh, no, I made some roasted maple butter chicken the other day.
Ah, sounds good.
Yes.
That was the
Right, do
real.
not eat the raw chicken. It has to be
No,
cooked.
no. Also,
don't cuddle any raw chicken.
Who is eating raw chicken?
I don't
How
know,
many
but
people
I
eat
don't
it?
know. I
online.
just heard in my ear, don't eat raw chicken.
I've seen videos
You
online.
like it cooked, yeah. Our next comment of the day from Princess Martin Uniqueness says, I wish YouTube can tell me who presses the dislike button because I know I learn a lot from this show. I could be a great lawyer after learning from Brad
That's
Show.
right. Thank
That's
you
right.
very much.
We want to know too, Princess.
That's right.
We want to know too.
Yeah. All right, and we have one from Omar Brown saying, Brad is the best immigration lawyer in the whole United States of America. Big up to yourself, my boss.
Thank you very much.
All
Hey,
right.
I like that. And our final one from 29 Super C. Tomorrow, 29 Super C is going to be in the Brad Squad Spotlight because he said maybe I might come up with a Mandamus song tomorrow. Let's see.
He's going to come up with a Mandamus song?
A Mandamus song. So I would like to hear.
I would like to hear
29
his
Super C's Mandamus song tomorrow.
Yes.
We will sing it.
As long as he wants to record it, and we'll play 10-15 seconds of
Send me an
Super
audio
C's
file.
Mandamus song.
Send me an audio file. We'll sing
if
it.
we think it's worthy, we'll put it on, right?
There we go. I'm here for
Absolutely.
it.
Please slide up in my DMs.
All right, so tomorrow is Tuesday. Tuesday is the day before Hump Day, right? We're going to have a special Hump Day on Wednesday.
Yes.
But tomorrow's only Tuesday.
Just
we will
one
have
day away.
We will have a very special Tuesday as well. We'll see you tomorrow. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.